Okay, ano po? So, keep your camera on. And the next po is very, very important, mute your mic. Okay po? So, para we will not interrupt the discussion of our speaker. So, kindly mute your mic. And the next po, raise your hand to speak. We have our raised icon button here, raise hand icon button. You can see it there below sa inyo pong Gmeet. So, you can just click it like this po. Yan. Okay, nakikita niyo po doon, nag-raise ako ng aking icon. So, yan. If you want to say something, just click that. Yan po. And then, number 4, use the chat box to share thoughts on topic. If you have something to say, or you like something to say, nga po, just use our chat box here. Nandun din po yon sa baba. Okay? And number 5, of course, participate. You can participate after the session. Since most of you, maybe po, meron po tayong Q&A part of our, at the end of the program, so you can do that, participate. Okay po? And also, sabi nga po pala ni Doktora kanina, meron siyang paraffol. Tama po, Doktora? So, maybe at the end of the session also, Doktora will ask some questions. Okay? So, yun po. Pwede po tayong manalo doon. Okay? And then always try your best and of course be respectful. So those are some of our rules and listen and follow directions. So yun po. And now I'll be giving this opportunity for Ninang Doktora Abrintos to introduce our speaker this afternoon.
Magandang hapon po mga kapatid. So sa ating karamihan na natin alam si Doktora Flores, kilala na natin, pero for the sake of the married men, hindi pa siya nakakilala. Ito ang kanyang, si Dr. Nonet Flores po is a graduate of University of the East, Ramon Magsaysay School of Medicine. She finished her residency in internal medicine at Batangas Medical Center, formerly Batangas Regional Hospital. She finished her fellowship in adult cardiology at St. Luke's Medical Center. She's married to June Flores, Ernesto Flores Jr., who is now with the Lord. She's blessed with 2 children. Ang isa ay nurse na nasa US na based. Ang isa naman po ay isang doktora din na natapos na rin ng pediatrician din po ang kanyang anak. Na nag-asawa na rin po ng doktor din na nephrologist po na dito magpa-practice sa Batangas, kaya may maan na tayong nephrologist sa future. Okay? Si Dr. Flores po is my colleague and team leader of Doctors in Touch, Batangas Chapter. Ito pong Doctors in Touch is a movement which is composed of a group of Christian doctors whose vision is the Great Commission to fellow doctors and co-workers in the medical field. So without much further ado, let's welcome Dr. Nonet Flores. Amen.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon po, Doktora.
Good afternoon po. Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon po.
You ask them kung kita na lang yung screen.
Nakikita niyo po ang screen natin?
Yes, po, Doc.
Yes.
Clear.
Before the pandemic, I was in church in Bawan to talk to their men and women about menopause and andropause. And when I was invited by Dr. Abar, I thought I could just repeat what I told them. But upon praying for it and thinking about it, parang hindi ang topic. Simple ways to relieve stress and anxiety because aminin man natin o hindi, ang panahon ngayon really brings stress to our lives. So I think this would be more practical to look into. So for this afternoon, we would look into 15 simple ways to relieve stress and anxiety. Meron ho akong 5 raffle questions. Ang unang-unang raffle question to break the ice is siguro addressed to the women whom I talked with last Sunday. I would like to ask, what is the key to good health? Anybody can answer? What is the key to health?
Okay po, so Ma'am Rosenda, nag-raise ng icon. Yes, Ma'am Rosenda.
Fear of God. Fear of the Lord. And yung pagiging obedient sa Kanya.
Yes, thank you, Ma'am Rosenda. You will ask Dr. Abar for the gift the next time you see each other. Okay, so natutunan po natin last week na talagang ang susi to maintain a good health ay nanggaling sa Panginoon, found in Proverbs. It is the fear of the Lord. Sabi niya, fear the Lord and shun evil, for we will be given health to our body and strength to our bones. Okay, so let's begin. Ang unang-unang stress reliever ay exercise. Exercise is one of the most important things you can do to combat stress. It might seem contradictory, but putting physical stress on your body through exercise can relieve mental stress. Marami pong forms of stress that attacks our body. But ang pinakamahirap sa lahat na i-fight ay puso emotionally and mental stress. The benefits are strongest when you exercise regularly. So yun po ang punto pag nag-e-exercise. Regular. Hindi po kailangang one time, big time na para bagang patay na after that. Kundi kahit hindi pawisan, basta do it 30 minutes every day, regularly. Ang recommendation po ng Philippine Heart Association, the best way to exercise is just walk. Maglakad lang po, pero yung regularity ang ine-emphasize for 30 minutes every day. Yung ibang tao would wait for them to really perspire. Ang perspiration po is not the gauge to say whether you did well or not in your exercise. You time it, 30 minutes, may pawis o wala. Pero dapat araw-araw. There are a few reasons behind exercise being a form of stress reliever. Una muna yung stress hormones. Exercise lowers your body's stress hormones. So ang atin hong katawan ay binigyan ng Panginoon built-in substances called hormones to combat any form of stress. Katulad ho ng cortisol, pagka ho under stress, nare-release yan ng ating brain. At pag mataas ang level ng cortisol, hindi ho tayo makakatulog, hindi tayo makaka-rest. It also helps release, which is also a substance in the body, which are chemicals that improve your mood and act as natural painkillers. So, ang galing talaga ng Panginoon, meron tayong natural painkillers. Hindi parating iinom ng gamot. Sleep. Exercise also helps with our sleep. It can improve your sleep quality, which can be negatively affected by stress and anxiety. Sa panahong ito, ang dami ko hong pasyente na humihingi ng sleeping. In turn, promotes mental well-being. Kasi hindi ho tayo lulugo-lugo. Feeling natin tayo ho ay malakas. Try to find an exercise routine or activity you enjoy, such as walking, pwede ring dancing, rock climbing, or yoga, or whatever, but the recommended is plain and simple walking. There are 7 proven tips to sleep better at night. So, ito ho ang kalimitang problema natin ngayon. Paano tayo matutulog? Pagka ho ang isang tao ay nag-reach ng senior years, ang sleep nila ay umiikli, so that if they are able to sleep 5 straight hours a day, enough na po yun sa kanilang katawan. Pero malimit sa kanila, naghahanap nung dating tulog nung sila'y bata-bata. And so they will resort to a sleeping pill. Pero normal po na pag tayo ho ay nasa senior years na, konti na lang ho ang ating hours of sleep at maaga na tayong nagising. Natural na yon. Para matulog ng mabuti at night, ang recommendation ay increase bright light exposure during the day. So, ibig sabihin, tayo nagtatrabaho, tayo nasa labas ng bahay, at increase ang ating exposure to sunlight. Maybe sunlight, maybe artificial bright light can improve sleep quality and duration, especially if you have severe sleep issues or insomnia. Reduce blue light exposure in the evening. So, yung blue light exposure, yung mga nagfe-Facebook, nagne-Netflix, yon ang blue light exposure. At kung tutulog na lang tayo ay sige-sige pa yung mga yan, then we will really have a hard time sleeping. Don't consume caffeine late in the day. Caffeine can significantly worsen sleep quality, especially if you drink large amounts in the late afternoon or evening. Later po in our talk, we will touch on caffeine, how much coffee ang recommended, yung mga ganyang bagay. Reduce irregular or long daytime naps. So kung sanay po tayong matulog, well, it's healthy to sleep 1 hour sa tanghali, 12 to 1. Pero kung 12 to 4 o'clock, then long na yon, hindi na talaga tayo makakatulog sa gabi. Try to sleep and wake at consistent times. Parang biological clock po yan eh. Pagdating ng alas 6, gigising. Pagdating ng alas 8, inaantok na. Try to get into a regular sleep-wake cycle, especially on the weekends. So pag weekend, parang sa mga bata-bata, binibigyan natin ng hilig ang ating gusto. We wake up early, we sleep late, and we wake up late too. Ito na, take a melatonin supplement. Ano ho? So ngayong COVID, nagkakaubusan ho ang melatonin. Melatonin is a supplement. It is a normal substance in our body. Hindi ho yan drug. At ang melatonin po, ang substance which makes us sleep faster and with good quality. Ngayon, ang melatonin rin po has been found out to give protection against COVID infection. So that sa panahon hong ito, kahit ho tayo ay nakakatulog ng husay, inire-recommend pa rin ho ang uminom ng melatonin supplement. Yan, take 1 to 5 milligrams. Pero kung katulad ho ngayon at gusto natin protection against COVID, so yun hong mas mataas, pwedeng 6 to 10. Okay. Consider these other supplements. So several supplements including lavender and magnesium can help with relaxation and sleep quality when combined with other strategies. So sa akin, wag na lang tayong uminom ng maraming bagay pa. Proven is melatonin. Don't drink alcohol. So salamat sa Diyos at I trust that all of us ay hindi na inom ng alcohol. Optimize your bedroom environment. Yung bedroom environment ay eliminate external light and noise to get better sleep. Meron ho akong 5-month-old na apo and she wakes up in the middle of the night. Pero habang nalaki pala ang bata, nagiging mas mabait na. But they still wake up. And then I ask the yaya, anong dapat natin gawin? Dahil parang gusto niyang maglaro mga 2 o'clock. Sabi ni yaya, patayin niyo ho ang ilaw. Ang mga bata pala gusto yung madilim ang room. So madilim. Ang matatanda katulad ko, ayaw ko ng madilim. Set your bedroom temperature. So yan. Don't eat late in the evening. So hindi rin po maganda talaga ang nakain ng madami sa gabi. Ang tinatawag ho nating bangungot, The Japanese studied our bangungot. They don't have bangungot in Japan. So they studied our bangungot and found that most of the patients they studied on, siguro in-autopsy nila ito, namatay sa bangungot. They are young male patients na namatay sa bangungot. They found out that punong-puno ho ang tiyan nila ng pagkain. Anong kinain? Pansit. So, hindi ho maganda na kumain tayo ng madaming carbohydrates, especially pansit, lalo na sa gabi. So ngayon, umattend tayo ng birthday yan, hindi may pansit, be sure that you will sleep more, 2 oras or more palampasin after eating before you sleep. Relax and clear your mind in the evening. Relaxation techniques before bed, including hot baths and meditation, can help you fall asleep. So siguro, shower and imbes na meditation ay manalangin. Manalangin. Count your blessings. Take a relaxing bath or shower. Ayan na nga. Rule out a sleep disorder. So there is such a thing as sleep apnea. So may mga tao na talagang problema ang pagtulog. Ang mga taong ito, yung mga malalakas humarok, sila usually, pag tiningnan mo sila yung mga matataba, malalaki ang tiyan at maikli ang leeg, short neck. Sila po yung nakaka-experience ng obstructive sleep apnea ang tawag at kailangan ho yung i-address dahil yun po will lead to other sakit sa katawan katulad ng sakit sa puso or hypertension can also be caused by obstructive sleep apnea. Get a comfortable bed, mattress, and pillow. So, understandable na itong comfortable bed. Naalala ko yung isang storya about one rich, very rich na tao na dahil sa kanyang daming-daming negosyo ay siya ay hindi makatulog sa gabi. At yung kanyang driver niya ay he found out na para bagang ang himbing ng tulog gabi-gabi. Kaya sinabi niya doon sa driver niya, magkano mo ga ipagbibilis sa akin ang iyong kama? Because he thought that it's in the bed. Exercise regularly, but not before bed, syempre. So, ito ho, nakita natin kanina, one good effect of exercising regularly ay pati ho ang ating pagtulog ay ma-normalize. Then don't drink any liquids before bed, kahit ho tubig, dahil it will make you wake up para ho juminggel. Okay. Several supplements promote stress and anxiety. So, aside from exercise, itong mga supplements na ito. So, I took this slide sa recommendation ng American Heart, so parang pang Amerikano. So we just pick up the things that are applicable to us. Omega-3 fatty acid, yan daw ay will reduce anxiety and symptoms. Pero kami po, pinapainom namin ang omega-3 fatty acid. Ang omega-3 fatty essential oil, omega-3, yung mga laman ng mga century tuna, we give this to help control triglycerides. Pero hindi lang po yun ang beneficial effect ng omega-3. Ayan na, green tea contains many polyphenol antioxidants. So green tea is a very strong antioxidant. It lowers stress and anxiety by increasing serotonin levels. So yung pag mataas ang serotonin levels natin sa ating brain, tayo ay pwedeng masarap matulog. Valerian root, hindi ko yan alam. Kava. Some supplements can interact with medication or have side effects so that you may want to consult with your doctor if you have a medical condition. So ang isa kong malimit na sinasabi at kasi malimit ako magpainom ng omega supplements. At ito ho ay hindi magandang isabay sa fish oils. Yan. Fish oil ho ang contain pinakamataas na omega fatty acid. And if you take fish oil supplements, do not take it together with vitamin C. So siguro yung umaga ang fatty acid, fish oil, sa tanghali ang vitamin C. Huwag pagsasabayan. So ito din ho ay sikat na sikat ho, and this is big business, yung mga essential oils na nasa kandila. What are essential oils? So let's just take a look. Dati hindi ko pinapansin to pero meron din ho siyang mabuting naiidulot sa atin to fight off stress and anxiety. At pag pumunta tayo sa mga spa, pag pumunta tayo sa yung mga nag-massage, hindi pa tayo napasok sa kwarto, amoy na. May sindi ng kandila. So what are essential oils? Essential oils are compounds extracted from plants. So safe sila. The oils capture the plant's scent, so may amoy and flavor, kaya nga essence. Unique aromatic compounds give each essential oil its characteristic essence. Now, essential oils are obtained through distillation, so meron silang proseso para makuha yung oil. Once the aromatic chemicals have been extracted, they are combined with a carrier oil to create a product that's ready for use. The way the oils are made is important, as essential oils obtained through chemical processes are not considered true essential oils. How do essential oils work? Essential oils are commonly used in the practice of aromatherapy. Aromatherapy is therapy by smell, by scent, in which they are inhaled through various methods. Essential oils are not meant to be swallowed. So ginagamit sa kandila, ginagamit sa pagpamamasahe, pinupuna sa buong katawan so that we inhale the scent. The chemicals in essential oils can interact with your body in several ways. When applied to your skin, some plant chemicals are absorbed. It's thought that certain application methods can improve absorption, such as applying with heat or to different areas of the body. However, research in this is lacking, so hindi rin proven scientifically. Inhaling the aromas from essential oils can stimulate areas of your limbic system, which yun ho ay nasa brain, which is a part of your brain that plays a role in emotions, behaviors, sense of smell, and long-term memory. So, siguro kung minsan mo lang gagamitin, hindi mo makikita ang effect. But some people who are used to this, siguro sa kanila ay meron talagang epekto ang essential oils. Interestingly, the limbic system is heavily involved in forming memories. This can partly explain why familiar scents can trigger memories or emotions. Okay, so pag nakaamoy ako ng pandesal, naaalala ko ang aking kabataan. Parating may hot pandesal sa lamesa. The limbic system also plays a role in controlling several unconscious physiological functions such as breathing, heart rate, blood pressure. Okay, so that some people claim that essential oils can exert a physical effect on such systems. Health benefits of essential oils. So yun na nga, it helps relieving stress and anxiety. It has been estimated that 43% of people who have stress and anxiety use some form of alternative therapy to help relieve their symptoms. So kaya this essential oils ay napakalaking business. Regarding aromatherapy, initial studies have been quite positive. Many have shown that the smell of some essential oils can work alongside traditional therapy to treat anxiety and stress. However, due to the sense of the compounds, it's hard to conduct blinded studies. So, talagang kung tatanungin mo ang isang medical person, sasabihin sa'yo, no proven scientific evidence. pwede rin daw silang makaapekto sa headaches and migraines. In the 90s, merong 2 small studies found that peppermint oil and ethanol mixture on participants' foreheads and temples relieved headache pain. So, hanggang ngayon may mga gumagamit. Yung mga chuk-chuk, ang tawag ng kapatid ko, chuk-chuk eh. Or meron talagang ipinapahid Chinese medicine na nakaka-relieve ng sakit ng ulo. So hanggang ngayon ginagamit ito. What's more, it has been suggested that applying a mixture of chamomile and sesame oil to the temples may treat headaches and migraines. So sa Persia daw, ito ay traditional remedy. Chamomile and sesame oil ay also available in our big supermarkets. So ang essential oil can help also with sleep and insomnia. Lavender oil and also reducing inflammation. So inflammation katulad ng yung congested nose, halimbawa sipon, well, maggayat kayo ng sibuyas, ilagay nyo sa tabi ng kama nyo para ma-relieve ang congestion. Yun nga lang, pagising mo sa umaga, ay di amoy parang adobo. But it has been proven to reduce congestion. Yung something in the onion. Yan, may mouse study, combination of thyme and oregano essential oils help induce the remission of colitis. Ang colitis ay infection of the or inflammation of the malaking bituka. So, pag mga Chinese, magagaling dito ang mga Chinese. Ang isa kong proven through my long practice of medicine ay marami rin akong natututunan sa mga pasyente ko. May isang pasyente na lumapit for namamaga, inflammation ng kanyang legs na wala namang pinag-umpisahang sugat. Ang tawag yata ng matatanda ay kulebrang apoy. So meron hong gamot, di reseta ako ng gamot. Bumalik sa akin after 1 week, aba, ang galing. Sabi ko, ay salamat sa Diyos, tumalab ang gamot, sabi sa akin. Gamot rin ho, pero ang sa tingin ko ho, ang nagpagaling talaga sa akin ay gumamela. So hinaplasan daw niya ng gumamelang dinikdik at he passed the gumamela leaves and flowers over fire and then dik it and then applied it on the leg. And sure enough, talagang akala ko yung gamot pero siguro yung gamot rin at gumamela. And from then on ay nagre-recommend ako ng gumamela for inflammation. So, nung unang panahon, sinabi ko nung unang panahon, pwede ring it can act as antibiotic and antimicrobial. Pero siguro sa panahong ito, ang uunahin natin ay yung tunay na antibiotic. So marami pang gamit ang essential oils. Okay, so meron rin siyang safety and it also has its side effects. Lalo na dun sa may mga hika, wag nang gumamit ng essential oil. Number 4, to reduce stress and anxiety ay caffeine intake. Every day, billions of people rely on caffeine to wake up, para magising sa umaga. Sabi nga ng Nescafe, bakit ka gumigising sa umaga? O para saan ka gumigising sa umaga? At ang sagot nating mga Kristiyano, para magpuri sa Panginoon. Pero sa kanila ay para uminom ng 1 cup of coffee. In fact, this natural stimulant is one of the most commonly used ingredients in the world. Caffeine is often talked about for its negative effects on sleep and anxiety. So yan yung sinabi ko kanina na kung may problema tayo sa pagtulog, huwag tayong uminom masyado ng caffeine, lalo na sa hapon. However, studies also report that it has various health benefits. So kung hindi natin alam, tayo ay coffee drinker, let's listen to this. What is caffeine? Unang-una, yan yung substance sa coffee na nagkakaroon ng active ingredient sa kape. Caffeine is a natural stimulant. Mostly common found in coffee sa atin, pero meron rin siya sa tea at cacao plant, so chocolate. So kung may mga sakit sa puso na bawal ma-stimulate ang heart o bawal tumibok ng mabilis ang puso. So I tell them, wag uminom ng chocolates kasi cacao plants, ng tsaa or ng coffee because caffeine is present in those drinks and it is a natural stimulant. It makes your heart beat fast. Stimulate nga. It works by stimulating the brain and central nervous system, helping you stay alert and prevent the onset of tiredness. So yung iba, pag hindi nakakainom ng kape sa umaga, talagang hindi pa nag-uumpisa ay pagod na. Caffeinated soft drinks. So because of this good effect of caffeine, the manufacturers of soft drinks thought of incorporating it in their drinks, like Coca-Cola, no? Hit the market in the late 1800s, and energy drinks soon followed. Nowadays, 80% of the world's population consumes caffeinated product each day, and this number goes up to 90% for adults in North America. At kahit sa Asia, at kahit sa Philippines, sa buong mundo yata. How it works. So, paano, nice to know, this is nice to know, paano nagwo-work ang caffeine sa atin. Once consumed, so pag nainom natin ang kape, caffeine is quickly absorbed from the gut. Gut is yung ating tiyan at ang ating mga gastrointestinal tract into the bloodstream. Okay? From there, it travels to the liver, pupunta sa thigh, and is broken down into compounds that can affect the function of various organs. So, kaya tayo binigyan ng Panginoon ng liver, 2 malaking piraso ng liver because it breaks down the things that we eat to make it be used by the body, in the various organs. That said, caffeine's main effect is on the brain. So pumupunta siya sa ating brain, passes through the blood-brain barrier. It functions by blocking the effects of adenosine. Adenosine is a substance then again present na ang effect niya ay binablock ng caffeine, which is a neurotransmitter that relaxes the brain and makes you feel tired. So kung madaming adenosine, it relaxes the brain and makes you feel tired. So ang caffeine ay kinokontra niya ang effect ng adenosine. Normally, adenosine levels build up over the day, making you increasingly more tired and causing you to want to go to sleep. Ang galing talaga ng pagkakagawa ng Panginoon sa katawan natin. Meron tayong built-in mechanism, katulad ng adenosine, is found in the brain. So during the day, syempre, we are working, napapagod. So nataas ang adenosine para sinasabi ng brain sa katawan natin, magpahinga ka na, o kaya matulog ka. The adenosine levels in the brain will make you feel tired to make you go to sleep. Kasi sobra nating pinagod ang ating katawan. Ngayon, ang kape, kukontrahin niya, kaya hindi natin nararamdaman yung pagod na yan. Okay, caffeine helps you stay awake by connecting to adenosine receptors in the brain without activating them. So, parang imbes na yung adenosine ang mag-a-activate dun sa receptor, yung caffeine ang mag-a-activate sa receptor. This blocks the effects of adenosine, leading to reduced tiredness. It may also increase blood adrenaline. So, ang adrenaline naman, opposite of adenosine. So, it will increase the adenosine levels and increase brain activity of the neurotransmitters, dopamine and norepinephrine. So, opposite ang effect ng adenosine sa dopamine at norepinephrine. This combination further stimulates the brain to promote a state of arousal, alertness, and focus. Because it affects your brain, caffeine is often referred to as a psychoactive drug. psychoactive. Additionally, caffeine tends to exert its effect quickly, mas mabilis kaysa sa gamot. For instance, the amount found in 1 cup of coffee can take as little as 20 minutes to reach the bloodstream and about 1 hour to reach full effectiveness. But this is not true for all people. Yung ibang tao, imbes na magising, ay pampatulog nila ang kape. So there is also such a thing as idiosyncratic effect of anything, of any drug, of any chemical, of any medicine. Good for all. Hindi 100% sure na pag gusto mong mag-aral at magising buong gabi, uminom ka ng kape. It's not true. Hindi effective for all. Caffeine is naturally found in the seeds, nuts, and leaves of certain plants, katulad ng ating Arabica or Robusta kape. These natural sources are then harvested and processed to produce caffeinated foods and beverages. So ito, maganda itong tingnan. Here are the amounts of caffeine expected per 8 ounce. O 2 espresso, ang espresso yan, ina-order sa mga Starbucks, yun yata yung puro, will contain 240 to 720 milligrams of caffeine. So talagang, sobra-sobrang tapang. So yung ordinary cafe, lamang, ang content ng caffeine niya ay hanggang 200 milligrams lang sa isang 8 ounce or 240 ml na kape. So, ang laki ng diferensya. Yerba mate, 130. Energy drink, 160 milligrams of caffeine. Pinakamataas na yon sa 8 ounce drink. Brewed tea, so tea, compared to coffee, ay mas lesser ang caffeine, 120 milligrams of caffeine in a bottle of tea compared to coffee na 200 milligrams of caffeine. Sa soft drinks, meron rin silang 20 to 40 milligrams. Tingnan mo ang decaf. Decaf coffee ay 12 milligrams lang compared sa 100 to 200 milligrams kung hindi decaffeinated ang iinumin. So, sobra talagang taas. And so that, pag mga pasyente ay may sakit sa puso, di pwede pa rin uminom ng kape, decaffeinated ang sinasabi. Because napaka-kaunti lang ng caffeine. Or cocoa beverage, mas kaunti, 7 lang. Or chocolate milk, 7 milligrams lang ng caffeine ang laman ng isang 8 ounce na chocolate or moo, whatever. Some foods also contain caffeine. So, hindi lang sa iniinom, For instance, an ounce or 28 grams of milk chocolate, milk yung tsokolate na kinakain natin, contains 1 to 15 milligrams, whereas 1 ounce of dark chocolate, so mas mataas ang caffeine ng dark chocolate. You can also find caffeine in some prescription or over-the-counter drugs like cold, allergy, and pain medications. It is also a common ingredient in weight loss supplements. It may improve, so caffeine may improve mood and brain function. Caffeine has the ability to block the brain signaling molecule. It causes a relative increase in other signaling molecules such as dopamine and norepinephrine. This change in brain messaging is thought to benefit your mood and brain function. One review reports that after participants ingested 37.5 to 450 milligrams of caffeine, they had improved alertness, short-term recall, and reaction time. So, talagang may effect ang coffee sa ating function. In addition, meron rin study linked to 2 to 3 cups of caffeinated coffee per day to a 45% lower risk of suicide. So, it also affects. So, maganda talagang painumin, lalo na ngayong pandemic na ang daming nagsisuicide. Another study reported a 13% low risk of depression in caffeine consumers. When it comes to mood, more caffeine isn't necessarily better. So, hindi, the more, the merrier. Hindi daw ganon, ano? A study found that a second cup of coffee produced no further benefits unless it is consumed at least 8 hours after the first cup. So, totoo uli na anything too much is not good. Okay? Drinking between 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day or more than 3 cups of tea per day may also reduce the risk of brain diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's by 28 to 60%. So siguro yung mga hindi nainom ng kape after hearing this would consider drinking coffee. Then again, it may boost metabolism and fat burning. Yun, kung gusto mag-reduce. Because of its ability to stimulate the central nervous system, caffeine may increase metabolism by up to 11% and fat burning up to 13%. So 13% lang, halimbawa 1 cup. Pero after naman, ikakain ka ng french fries at cheeseburger, ay di, wala effect yung ininom mong kape. Practically speaking, consuming 300 milligrams of caffeine per day may allow you to burn an extra 79 calories daily. So ang isang cup or ang isang 250 ml of cafe latte or yung regular cup of coffee contains 200 milligrams lang. So siguro, pagpalagay ng dalawa, di 400, will allow you to burn an extra 79 calories daily. So, nakakatulong rin kahit papaano sa pagpapayat. This amount may seem small, but it's similar to the calorie excess responsible for the average yearly weight gain of 2.2 pounds or 1 kilos in America. However, a 12-year study on caffeine and weight gain noted that the participants who drank the most coffee where on average only 0.8 to 1.1 pounds ang nare-reduce. May enhance exercise performance. Kasi nga, na-stimulate ang brain, di tayo ay na-stimulate rin or na-enhance ang ating physical activity, exercise performance. When it comes to exercise, caffeine may increase the use of fat as fuel. Okay, so ang fat ay na-burn, dulot daw ng kape. This is beneficial because it can help the glucose stored in the muscles last longer, potentially delaying the time it takes your muscles to reach exhaustion. So, matagal kang mapapagod. Caffeine may also improve muscle contractions and increase tolerance to fatigue. Okay. May protect against heart and diabetes. Despite what you have heard, caffeine doesn't raise the risk of heart disease. Then ako naman, I may say this is true if wala ka talagang sakit sa puso. If ang ating puso ay normal, then caffeine will not raise the risk of heart disease. Okay? In fact, evidence shows that a 16 to 18% lower risk of heart disease in men and women who take between 1 to 4 cups of coffee daily ay nagkakaroon ng lower risk. Other studies show that drinking 2 to 4 cups of coffee or green tea per day ay may 14 to 20% lower risk of stroke. One thing to keep in mind is that caffeine may slightly raise blood pressure in some people. Kasi bibilis ang tibok ng puso dahil sa caffeine. Kasi stimulant siya, Pag bumilis ang tibok ng puso natin, tataas ang ating blood pressure. However, this effect is generally small and tends to fade for most individuals when they consume coffee regularly. Pag sanay na ang ating katawan sa ating kapeng iniinom, then sanay na, hindi na siya masyadong naaapektuhan. It can also affect against diabetes. Have you noted that those who drink the most coffee have up to 29% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes? Similarly, those who consume the most caffeine have up to 30% lower risk. Pero, kung iinom ka ng kape at 2 kutsara naman ng iyong asukal, then hindi na ito magiging totoo. Made-develop ka ng diabetes. So, meron pang ibang benefits: liver protection, longevity, nahaba daw ang buhay, decreased cancer risk, especially colorectal, decreased cancer risk. Hindi ibig sabihin na hindi ka magkaka-cancer. Skin protection, reduced multiple sclerosis risk, gout prevention, and maganda rin sa ating mga bituka, dahil pagka uminom ka ng isang cup of coffee, mga 1 oras ay naandun ka na sa banyo at inilalabas mo na ang mga undesirables. So may safety, meron ring side effect. So ang we have to remember is that caffeine increases heart rate, may increase your blood pressure. So if you are hypertensive, then you go slow on your caffeine intake. Irregular heartbeat, trouble sleeping, yan. Ang essential oils ay nagpapa-reduce ng help in headaches, migraine. Ang opposite naman ang caffeine. It will promote headache or migraine. Caffeine may easily cross the placenta, so pagka ikaw ay buntis, siguro ay huwag kang uminom ng kape kasi ang bata ay baka maging low birth weight. Okay, and it may also interact with other medicines katulad ng antidepressants. So pag nainom ka ng antidepressants, katulad ng mga ganyan, huwag kang uminom ng coffee. Okay, so number 5, kailangan daw write it down. So katulad ng ginagawa natin tuwing umaga pag tayo ay nagka-quiet time, tayo ay nagjo-journaling, pagka daw tayo ay stressed or anxious about anything, one way to handle stress is to write things down. Bagay, dun mo ipuhos sa iyong notebook. What you're stressed about is one approach. Another is jotting down what you're grateful for. Okay, so not only your negative factors, also your positive factors. Gratitude may help relieve stress and anxiety. Thoughts on what's positive. At tayong mga Kristiyano, isa lang talaga ang positive sa buhay natin. And that is Christ in our lives. And so we jot down, or if we cannot sleep, count your blessings. Name them one by one. At hindi ka patapos ay ikaw ay tulog na. So gratitude to God. It's not gratitude to self or gratitude to a neighbor or a friend. Gratitude to God. Chew a gum. Chew a gum. So, chewing daw a gum, bubble gum, ay will help easy and quick stress reliever. One study showed that people who chewed gum had a greater sense of well-being and lower stress. One possible explanation is that chewing gum causes brain waves similar to those of relaxed people. Another is that chewing gum promotes blood flow to your brain. So, additionally, one recent study found that stress relief was greatest when people chewed bubble gums. So, another stress reliever is, and this is, ito talaga ang nakikita natin Ngayon tayo ay isolated due to pandemic. Spend time with friends and family. Nung ginawa ito ay hindi pa pandemic, wala pang COVID. And they found out that it's really spending time with friends and family, or family particularly, ay talagang nakakababa ng stress. Pero some people will say, depende yan kung masaya ang pamilya mo, pero kung ang pamilya mo ang source of stress, then yon it can produce the opposite effect. Social support from friends and family can help you get through stressful times. Being part of a family network gives you a sense of belonging and self-worth, which can help you in tough times. One study found that for women in particular, spending time with friends and children helps release oxytocin. So, isa na naman tong stress reliever na built-in binigay ng Diyos sa atin. This effect is called tend and befriend and is the opposite of the fight and flight response of adrenaline or norepinephrine. Keep in mind that both men and women benefit from friendship. Okay, yun, laugh. When was the last time we really had a good laugh? And it's usually with friends, na tayo ay masarap ang ating mga halakhak, lalo na we are recalling the past. So ngayon, sa mga panahon ngayon, napapansin ko na talagang lahat tayo may chat group ng ating batchmates nung year kopong-kopong. It's hard to feel anxious when you're laughing. It's good for your health, and there are a few ways it may help relieve stress. Relieving your stress response, relieving tension by relaxing your muscles. In the long term, laughter can also help improve your immune system and mood. A study among people with cancer found that people in the laughter intervention group experienced more stress relief than those who were simply distracted. Try watching a funny TV show or hanging out with friends, pero naka-mask at naka-face shield pa rin. So another is learn to say no. So lalo na ang mga pastor, lalo na ang mga people involved in the ministries, different ministries, ang hirap really to say no. Not all stressors are within your control, but some are. Some are, like we can choose to say no if we want to. Take control over the parts of your life that you can change and are causing you stress. One way to do this, maybe, is to say no more often. This is especially true if you find yourself taking on more than you can handle. Just juggling many responsibilities can leave you feeling overwhelmed. So dahil mahirap talaga to say no, then we find ourselves, ang dami nating dapat gawin. So dapat, we should also learn to say no. Being selective about what you can take on and saying no to things that will necessarily add to your load can reduce your stress levels. So aside from saying no, learn to avoid procrastination. So ano ang procrastination? If you can do it now, then do it now. Huwag nang ipagpaliban. Another way to take control of your stress is to stay on top of your priorities and stop pagpapaliban, procrastinating. Procrastination can lead you to act reactively, leaving you scrambling to catch up. This can cause stress, which negatively affects your health and sleep quality. Get in the habit of making a to-do list organized by priority. Realistic deadlines and work your way down the list. Work on the things you need to get done today and give yourself chunks of uninterrupted time, as switching between tasks or multitasking can be stressful in itself. Number 11 tip is take yoga class. But for me, our quiet time daily, spending more time with the Lord is better than yoga class. practice mindfulness. Ito pala yung mindfulness daw describes the practice that anchor you to the present moment. It can help combat anxiety-inducing effects of negative thinking. So parang in effect, practice positive thinking. There are several methods for increasing mindfulness. Pero then again, ang pinakamagandang mindfulness is spending hours, or hindi lang konting minuto, meditating on the Word of God, listening to the Holy Spirit, singing praise and worship songs to God, praying to God, the most form of mindfulness, mindful that God is in our lives and that He is there ready to help us. Nakakalimutan na natin to. Cuddle, embrace. Kaya lang nga ngayon, that is what is being robbed of us ng COVID, ng pandemic. Kahit nga handshake, hindi na pwede. Let us try really as much as possible and as many times to cuddle, kiss, hug. Hindi ko na binasa yung next word. Can all help relieve stress. Contact can help release oxytocin and lower cortisol. This can help lower blood pressure and heart rate, physical symptoms of stress. Increasingly, humans are the only animals who cuddle for stress relief. So katulad nga daw ng mga pinsa natin na chimpanzees, orangutans, they also cuddle friends who are stressed. So cuddling, ang mga bata, they need cuddling. They need embrace kahit ang matatanda. Listen to soothing music. Listening to music can have a very relaxing effect on the body. Depende sa music na ating pinapakinggan. So tayong mga Kristiyano would really love to listen to Christian music. So deep breathing, nakakaligtaan rin natin itong gawin. One very important form of exercise, especially in times of pandemic, in times of COVID infection. Kailangan natin ang deep breathing. Activates your sympathetic nervous system, signaling your body to go into fight or flight mood. During this reaction, stress hormones are released and you experience physical symptoms such as a faster heartbeat, quicker breathing, and constricted blood vessels. Now, deep breathing exercises can help activate your parasympathetic nervous system. So, ang ating katawan ay well-designed ng Panginoon to have built-in systems. Dito ay parasympathetic. Pag parasympathetic system ang na-activate, so tayo on the go. It's called fight or flight. Pero yung parasympathetic naman, taxing response. There are several types of deep breathing exercises na pwede nating i-practice. The goal of deep breathing is to focus your awareness on your breath, making it slower and deeper. Noong wala pang pandemic, ang oxygen, we take it for granted. We're not even aware that oxygen is in the air. Ngayon, lalo na yung mga nagka-COVID, we have to buy oxygen. And we have to force ourselves to breathe deeply, Whereas noong una, hindi na tayo aware of this. Also, when you breathe in deeply through your nose, your lungs fully expand and your belly rises. This helps slow your heart rate, allowing you to feel more peaceful. At yung exchange ng gases sa ating lungs, oxygen in and carbon dioxide out, ay mas efficient if we practice deep breathing. So, this is one example of how to do deep breathing exercise by doing diaphragmatic breathing.
Diaphragmatic breathing is an effective technique that will stimulate relaxation throughout your body. On a flat surface, lie on your back with your knees bent. I do not place a pillow under my head, so my neck remains in a neutral position. Place your fingertips over your belly button. Inhale slowly through your nose so that your stomach expands against your hands. Exhale through pursed lips so that your stomach falls beneath your hands. The chest should remain still. This technique may seem difficult at first, but just keep practicing. I recommend 5 to 10 minutes morning, noon, and night. As it becomes easier, you can increase the time. The goal is to be able to do this in the seated and standing position.
Yun yung pang-15. May pang-16. Ang pang-16 yung nauso ngayon. Kaya uso-uso talaga because of our times. Plantito. So we try to look for things that will deviate our attention from the condition that we have. So people loved to plant plants. Whereas dati, hindi naman natin pinapansin yung mga halaman na yan. At nahihingi nga ang miyana sa kapitbahay. Ngayon ay ubod na ng mahal pag binili natin ang miyana. So, and also pets. Pets, maraming tao sa atin na found ourselves nag-aalaga ng pet. At si Dr. Abar ay maraming aso na inaalagaan. And so I think that is the end of the talk that we have this afternoon. Stop share. Yeah.
Thank you very much po ulit, Doktora. Yan. Thank you very much po ng malaki. And yung pong naging topic natin for this afternoon is very informative. If we're going to look back all the lessons na meron tayo na discuss ni Doktora, these are just simple ways to relieve stress and anxiety. Ibig sabihin nun, simple ways, so we can apply it since this is prescribed ng ating doktor ngayong hapong ito. So now we are opening po, okay lang po Doktora, we'll be opening our Q&A portion on this part, but we would like also to welcome all our FB Live viewers right now. So madami po dyan na naka-live right now sa atin. And we also encourage all our viewers sa FB that you can also comment, ask questions if you have, then I'll read it para po ma-address natin kay Doktora. And to our here in the Gmeet, you can just raise your icons if you have question po, or you may use our chat box and I will read it po. Kanina, sige po, while you are thinking of some questions to save time, I will just read sa mga kino-comment kanina while Doktora is discussing from Sister galing po kay Mrs. Ferry. This is about the essential oils, Doktora. Been using essential oil since January and it's very helpful po. Controlled allergic rhinitis, better sleep and relaxing. So yan, meron ng support na talagang effective ang essential oils. Also for tummy aches, wounds, body aches, good skin. Ayan. So maybe si Mrs. Ferry is also recommending yung paggamit po ng mga essential oils. Okay? So what about po here in our group? Anyone would like to ask question? And I know Doktora can answer that. Yes, Kuya Marlon. Yes po. Naka-mute po kayo? No sound? Yan. Mahina po inyong boses. Hindi po namin kayo marinig, Kuya Marlon. Wala po. May nakasalpak po ba kayo diyang earphone? Baka po nakasalpak ang earphones nyo sa cellphone nyo? Wala Po. Better po, you can type na lang. Yes, Sir Joseph. Sige po.
Doktora, good afternoon po. Tatanong ko lang po, yung gapong maagang gumising ay sleep problem din. Yung lagi ka nang nagising na ng alas 4 or alas 5 na parang kung gusto mo mang parang tutulog ka uli, parang hindi ka na makakatulog. Parang yun na yung gising mo. Ano, nasa edad na o ako po may medyo edad na din, 49 na po.
Mabuti sinabi mong, Brother Joseph, buti sinabi mo yung age mo. Kasi ang gusto ko sanang isagot doon ay nakikita na ang pag-edad dahil maaga nang gumising. Pero talagang as we grow older, ay shorter ang ating sleep at maaga na tayong nagising. Siguro po sa inyong case, biological clock na nasanay nang bumulat sa alas 6 o alas 5 ang inyong mga mata. Pero hindi po yun indicative of a sleep apnea disease. Ano po? Ang sakit po na sleep apnea, yun ho ay sakit. Kalimitan, ang simptomas niyan ay yung malakas humarot. So, bakit kaya malakas humarot ang aking katabi sa kama? Yun ang dapat imbestigahan. Baka may sleep apnea siya.
Ma'am, ako po ay malakas humarok. Paano po yun?
Maganda hong maimbestigahan rin. Kasi usually po, pero your physical appearance, hindi ho yun, hindi ho nagsasabi na meron kang sleep apnea. Kalimitan ho yun, yung halos wala ng leeg, yung nakapatong na lang yung ulo mo sa balikat mo, short neck, at saka matataba, malalaki ang tiyan. Yun, and those people with hypertension. May tinatawag ho na sleep disorder exam. May mga test ho para tingnan natin kung sa inyong pagtulog, ganong katagal natigil ang inyong paghinga. Yun ho ibig sabihin ng sleep apnea eh. Kaya natulog, natigil ang paghinga, apnea. So meron hong isang test kung ganong katagal at kung ganong kalimit sa isang halimbawa ay 7 oras na pagtulog. And that will determine yung extent ng sakit. Kung malimit at matagal, meron hong ibibigay na karampatang solusyon for that. Kaya lang yung test na yon is very expensive. Ano po? Mahal pong magpa-sleep test disorder.
Doktora, yung gapong harok ay, is it normal or abnormal?
Yes, pwede hong physiologic. Ang talaga hong nagiging dahilan ay yung passage or yung flow, in and out flow of the air that we breathe. Yung paraan ng paghinga natin while we sleep. Minsan, nabablock ang paghinga natin by the tongue na balik or it's being pushed backwards kasi relax tulog. So that may sound ang paghinga. Yung sound ng paghinga, yun ho yung harok. Ano ho? So, dapat ho tama ang unan, relax ho ang neck, yun ho, or may position para wag humarok. So, hindi ho yun, sa lahat ng kaso, ay manifestation that something is wrong with you. Yun na. Yun na yung sagot. Ano? Hindi ho
Thank you po, Doktora.
sakit. Okay.
Thank you po.
Okay po. So, yan. Salamat po, Doktora. We have 2 questions po, Doktora. One coming from Kuya Marlon, yung pong kanina tatanong na hindi natin narinig. His question is it running or jogging is a good form of exercise? That's the first question po. Running or jogging, a good exercise?
Yes. Okay. Yes. This is the way I will answer that. Running and jogging entail more physical and energy from the exercising muscles. Ano? Ibig sabihin, mas napapuwersa ang ating katawan if we run or if we jog. Ano ho? Siguro kaya niya natanong yan dahil the recommended form of exercise is walking. Pero kung halimbawa you are 25 years old, very young, ay mas maganda ang running or jogging. So, depende sa age, ano ho. Pero kung ikaw ay mataba, kahit ikaw ay 25 years old lang, I will not recommend that you go on jogging because kawawa ho ang inyong knees and ankles. Yan ho yung nag-a-absorb ng weight. And so in the long run, maaga hong magkaka-arthritis, wear and tear. So that kung ang build mo kahit ikay 25 pero ikaw ay 160 pounds, malaki ka, siguro the best form of exercise for you is bicycle. Para hindi masyadong mahirapan ang iyong mga knees. Okay? So, very relative ho ang sagot doon sa tanong na jogging and running. Okay? Pero, ang recommendation, let's just keep in mind that in whatever form of exercise we engage in, ang importante ho is the regularity. Hindi ho yung isang araw pupunta ka sa gym, parang pagod na pagod, you spent all your energy and then you will end up eating and you will end up lying on bed the rest of the day kasi sobrang hirap. Hindi ho yun maganda. Yun ho yung nagre-release ng yung mga free radicals na tinatawag sa katawan. So anything that is too much is bad. So kaya nga ho ang recommendation is simply walking, maglakad lang tayo. Pero regular, 30 minutes every day. Yun.
Okay, thank you po. Kuya Marlon, okay na. Nasagot na po, no? Very, very well said. Okay, so dako tayo, Doktora, for the second question from Ma'am Vilma. Nagpapatanong po siya, 88 years old, kung sadya daw po bang, kumbaga routine na sa mga ganitong age, yung 1 to 2 a.m. nang natutulog, and then kutkot ng kutkot kung ano ang noong ginagawa. So, yun po yung kanyang problema. Hindi naman daw po ito matulog sa araw, pero mga ganong oras natutulog, 1 to 2. Parang si Sir Joseph lang ata, yun 1 to 2. Ano nga po, Ninong? Pero hindi naman kayo 88. Ayun po, Doktora.
Siguro ang may problema dyan yung kasambahay, nung 88-year-old. Dahil problema, bakit itong aking inay hindi muna matulog? Ako'y napupuyat, gusto ko pang matulog. Which is usually the case, ano? Ang problema ay yung mga kasama sa bahay, pero yun ay natural na sa 88-year-old. Hindi naman siguro 1 oras lang ang itinutulog nun. Baka naman 3-4 na oras. Kasi pagka nakatulog talaga ng 4 na oras, pag gising nun, gising na yun. Kung ano-ano na ang magagawa niya. Kutkot na nga ng kutkot. So that is natural.
Okay. So because of the age, ano po, Doktora? Okay. So yun, i-wait po natin. Pag tayo nag-age ng ganon din tayo, kutkot ng kutkot. Okay. So another question naman po from Mrs. Ate Fe. Ate Fe po, from Ate Fe Luntok. Which is better, Doktora? To drink kaping barako and then with brown sugar, or yung mga instant coffee that we had in the market?
Okay. I am not a coffee drinker, but I know, sa amoy pa lang, ang sarap ng kaping barako. So, flavor-wise, mas masarap uminom ng kaping barako. At tayo dito sa atin, katabilaan natin yan, ay pwede tayong uminom ng kaping barako. Ang instant, yung 3-in-1, ay lesser ang caffeine noon. So then again, relative. Kung wala kang sakit sa puso, if you're healthy, your heart is healthy, hindi ka hypertensive, ay kasarap uminom ng kaping barako with muscovado sugar rather than the 3-in-1 or instant. So, ibig kong sabihin, may maraming factors that you should consider when you drink coffee. Basta ang alam lang natin, ang natutunan natin ngayong afternoon, ang decaffeinated ay ang laman lang niya ay hanggang 6 milligrams compared to a regular coffee, one kapeng barako ay 200 milligrams of caffeine. So ang taas nun. So ano ang bad effect ng caffeine? It will make us gising. It is a stimulant, so our heart will beat faster. If our heart beats faster, our blood pressure will elevate. So if we are hypertensive na, mataas na ang presyon, ano ang mas mabuti sa iyong inumin? Di yung decaffeinated. Pero kung wala kang hypertension, di mas masarap ang inumin mo, kaping barako. You know? Yan. Okay.
Okay po, thank you po. Next question po regarding naman sa mga fish oil, Doktora. If you recommend, kung okay daw po ba yung mga processed food like yung mga century tuna, yun po, yung pagkain ng mga yun.
Oo nga. Kasi nga, nauso na nga yung mga fish oil at yung mga omega. Kaya, yung century tuna, hinaluan nila ng omega, ano? Ang fish oil talaga na which is medicinal, therapeutic, yung oil na nanggagaling sa fish na nahuhuli sa deep sea, tsaka cold, salmon, yung mga ganyan, yung mga nahuhuli sa Alaska at sa yon, hindi pwedeng tulingan na nahuhuli diyan sa tabi-tabi. Kaya na nga yung century tuna, para sila makaklaim that they have fish oil o yung omega-3, hinahaluan nila. So it's not natural anymore. Ano? Any processed food, natutunan natin last week, is not good kasi it has high sodium. Tsaka, na-process na siya eh. So yung mga inherent nilang vitamins and minerals ay natatanggal na. Okay. So, yun.
Okay po, sige po. So better pa rin po yung natural, ano po, yung mga process is iwas muna tayo. Okay, Doktora, another question po. If, for example na po, magtitake ng 4 cups of twin pack coffee in a day, is it okay? For twin pack, yung po mga instant coffee ito, okay lang po ba daw yun?
Yes, as long as no hypertension, no heart disease. Kasi remember, yun na nga yung listahan natin. Ilan nga? 6 lang ang ng decaffeinated. It's usually decaffeinated yata yung naandyan sa instant eh. So, konti lang. So, yes, pwede.
Okay po. And another question po, siguro, ito na, last na siguro ito. Kay Kuya Marlon po ulit. Yun daw po ba mga energy drinks also contain caffeine?
Oo nga eh, meron nga daw caffeine. Pero may mga energy drink na ang pang-stimulate nila ay hindi caffeine. So, be very careful when we take energy drink. Ano? Dahil hindi ko alam kung ano talaga ang laman niya. Kung ang energy drink na yan, galing sa Starbucks, or if we're sure that it is the caffeine that is causing the energy booster, then that's okay. Pero hindi ho lahat. Yung iba'y alcohol, yung iba'y drugs para ma-stimulate. So hindi ho, I will not advise. If you want to be stimulated, then plain and simple coffee. Yun na lang.
Opo. Sige po. O, yan. And another question po ay, okay lang daw po ba, doktorong mag-take ng fish oil together with the vitamins?
Yes.
Okay lang po yan?
Yes. Kanina lang, ang sinabi ko, kung iinom po kayo ng fish oil, di ka po ang fish oil ay transparent, parang it's a soft gel.
Opo.
Una-una, do not place it under the sun or sa isang mainit na environment. Pagka ho ang fish oil nag-discolorate na, di kayo parang clear yellow liquid inside the gel capsule. Pag yun ho'y nag-iba na ang kulay, wag na ho nating iinumin. At sabi, it will react to vitamin C when we take it at the same time. Sanay na sanay ho tayong uminom, lalo na ho ng mga vitamins na lalagay lang sa palad tapos inom na. Sabay-sabay papasok sa ating katawan. So, one of the no-no is to take the fish oil together with vitamin C. Vitamin C.
Wow, okay. So thank you very much po. Ayan po, malinaw po yun ha. Do not take fish oil with vitamin C. Now, doktora, kasi na damay na si
Pero pwedeng uminom.
Opo, pwedeng uminom.
Pero pwede yung uminom. Hindi lang ho sabay. Mga 2 hours apart.
Okay. Or kaya po, 1 in the morning and then afternoon. Parang ganun. Okay po. Since natanong na po si vitamin C, so another follow-up question po, doktora, which is common sa lahat, lalo na ngayong pandemic na we are taking vitamin C, sometimes with zinc pa nga po. Is it okay to take vitamin C for that long duration, or meron po ba siyang span, like say for example 6 months and then stop, or wala namang problema?
Okay. Ang side effect ho ng vitamin C, if you take it too much, so we always go by the recommended. And ang recommendation po sa vitamin C ay 500 milligrams a day. Ngayon, yung ibang tao, lalo na ho yung business nila, i-recommend nila na 3 beses, 4 na beses. So, ang side effect po ng mataas na vitamin C sa katawan natin ay stone former. If you are a person who develops stone, bato, may it be renal stones, bato sa bato, o bato sa abdo, pag ginawa ho nating acidic ang ating blood by drinking too much vitamin C, then that is the side effect that goes with it. Ano pa? So you can take vitamin C as long as you want, meaning wala siyang time frame na halimbawa after 1 year tapos na. Kasi nawawala ho yan sa system eh. Iniihi rin natin yan eh. Hindi ho nag-a-accumulate. Let's bear in mind that if we take too much of the vitamin C, kasi ascorbic acid siya, nagiging acidic ang ating dugo. At pag naging acidic at tayo ay stone former, pwede tayo mag-develop ng kidney stone dahil sa mataas na pag-inom natin ng vitamin C.
Okay.
Kaya nga po, with that thinking, nag-develop sila ng hindi acidic na hindi ascorbic acid. So ngayon, ang unang-unang lumabas, Fern C. Kaya yung Fern C, yung gumawa nun, talagang made it really big sa business nila. Kasi hindi ascorbic acid, kundi sodium ascorbate form. Hindi siya acidic, siya ay basic form of vitamin C. Nung una, hindi ako naniniwala kasi ang alam ko talaga, vitamin C, acidic yan. Hindi mo pwedeng gawin base. Pero it is true. So now, lalo na po ngayon, sa panahon ng pandemic, and we have to boost our immune system. And pinakamagandang immunobooster is vitamin C. It's better to take sodium ascorbate. Tapos yung zinc, ang Fern C ho walang zinc. Ang sa pagkaalam ko, walang zinc. There are preparations of sodium ascorbate. Nilagyan ho nila yan ng zinc kasi the most potent oxidant is zinc. But you can take zinc purely as zinc. So, sodium ascorbate with zinc. So, pareho lang ang presyo. So, para maging matalino tayo, kung iinom tayo ng vitamin C, ay di yun ho ang ating bibilhin as sodium ascorbate with zinc.
Okay.
That's the best form. At pwede ho natin yan inumin 2 times a day. Katulad si Brother Joseph, who just had COVID infection but still has lingering effects of it. You can take 2 tablets of sodium ascorbate. Mas maganda ho ang pag-boost ng immune system niya.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Doc.
Okay
And
po.
melatonin. Melatonin is very good. So si Brother Joseph, tahan ng bibilhin sa botika, lagyan niyo ho ng melatonin.
Melatonin.
Thank you,
For
Doc.
all of us. For all of us. Yan po ang inirekomenda in times like this. We have to boost our immune system, melatonin, at sodium ascorbate with zinc.
Okay.
Kaya ang Consace ay naging popular rin kasi of all the multivitamins, hindi lahat sila may zinc. Consace has zinc.
Mhm.
Kaya kung pupunta ka sa butika, more often than not, out of stock.
Mhm. Okay po. So yan, naging malinaw po sa atin lahat yung taking of ascorbate. It means to say, Doktora, it can lead to what we call acidosis if we take
Ay,
too
iba
much
po.
of that.
Iba po. Iba po ang
Iba pa rin ang acidosis.
iba po ang acidosis. Pag sinabing acidotic ka, ay serious ka.
Malala na talaga. Okay po.
It will not lead to that.
Okay. So, yun po. Vitamin C. Okay na po tayo lahat sa ating mga concern about the vitamin C. Sige, pagbigyan po natin yung last questions and we will stop on this because it's already 3 o'clock na po. Ano po? Ang tanong pong nahuli is about the coconut oil. Ang tanong po niya ay okay po ba ito, ang paggamit or pagtitake like capsules, coconut oil?
Yes, not all coconut oil. It has to be the virgin coconut oil. Virgin. Parang ano ho bang ibig sabihin ng virgin coconut oil compared to the regular coconut oil? May age yung coconut na iha-harvest. Tapos yung unang-unang oil na ma-extract doon sa coconut na tamang edad to extract the virgin coconut oil. Yun ho ang maganda sa katawan natin. Kaya nga ho meron pa gang extra virgin coconut oil. Virgin coconut oil. Yun ho yung iniinom natin. One cucharita a day. Yun ho yun. It's a polyunsaturated amino acid yata. Hindi ho yung katulad ng coconut oil na sa mantika. Yun. Hindi ho yun iinumin. Dahil yun ho ay pwedeng bumara sa ating mga ugat. It has to be virgin or extra virgin coconut oil.
Okay. Sige po.
Which is beneficial. Yes, that is good. Beneficial.
Okay. So lahat po ulit, kami ay nagpapasalamat ng marami sa inyo, Doktora, for giving us this time.
Oo, meron pa akong 4 questions.
Meron pa nga po. Okay, sige po.
Bago tayo maghiwa-hiwalay.
Yes po.
Ang next question ko, so Doktora Abar, you take note of the one who answered the first for the raffle, ha?
Yes. Sinda.
And then
Yes.
my number 2 question, yes or no? Coffee will make us awake
Yes
always.
po. No.
Coffee will make us awake always.
No.
No.
So, sino ang sumagot? Sino yung unang sumagot?
No. No po ako. Meron din po si chat.
If the answer is no, sino sumagot na no?
Kami po.
Si Brother Joseph, ang una kong narinig.
Hindi, si Brother Joseph said yes.
Ay,
Yung una niya sagot is yes.
Una po.
Yes.
And then,
No.
Kung hindi niyo pa sinasabi yung always, patay, mali na. No po.
sino?
Ako po, no.
Si Sister Rina.
Opo.
Dr. Abar.
Si Serena na, dahil iba
So, ang next question.
Okay.
Naku, ang mga babae ho ang makakasagot kasi ito ho ay galing sa lecture natin last week. How do we get our ideal body weight for women? Ano ho yung number na ating...
Ako po, BMI. Using the BMI.
Yes, hindi BMI, ideal. Ideal body weight. Ang BMI, may formula yan na hindi yan yung itinuro ko Ang tinuro ko very short lang para alam agad natin.
Pass.
Sister Ami, Sister Ami is raising her hand.
Okay.
Kilos plus 1.5.
Ano ho? Paano ho?
Halimbawa, 6 kilos plus 1.5, gano'n. 5. Para sa babae, nahang height ay 5, gano'n.
Okay, so very good. Pwede na rin. Pero
Okay.
para humalinaw,
Weight divide height squared.
kung tayo ho ay 5 feet, babae 5 feet, 56 agad. Tapos kung tayo ho ay 1 inch after 5, mga 5'1 or 5'2, we will add 1.5
1.5.
per inch. So kung tayo ho ay mababa sa 5, edi less than 56 kilos ang ideal body weight. So yun, maganda ho talagang kumuha ng BMI. Yun talaga ang pinaka-accurate. Pero you will need a calculator and you will need ang daming values to place into it.
Opo.
Pero yung isip mo lang, gusto kong mag-reduce. Ano ba ang ideal body weight ko? Then that, 56, kung 5 kilos, plus 1.5 per inch. 10%, bawasan mo ng 10%. Yun ang goal mo. Or plus or minus 10% of that. Na yun ang goal mo para ma-achieve mo ang ideal body weight mo. Okay. So yun. So, tatlo na, Ma'am Dr. Evelyn. Sino ho ang ating timekeeper? Si Ma'am Rina?
Yes
Sino?
po.
Who was the first one who entered?
The host po is Ma'am Inda. So, yung kanina pagpasok po, ang nandito na is si Doktora, si Ninang Doktora pa rin to, si Ma'am Inda, and
Si Doktora at si Ninang Rina. Doktora Abalintos
sino?
at Ninang Rina Custodio.
So, sino yung number one? Si Ma'am Rina.
Sabay po silang
Ako na si Dr.
Doktora at
Abaritos.
So, Ma'am
Alam niya yan.
Higa ako.
Yes.
Ano nga pala si Ate Glo kasama ni Doktora?
Si Miss Tisa.
Pero
O siya,
kasabay
sige, hindi mo na. Isa kay Miss Tisa, isa kay Ma'am Rina, at saka yung tatlong sumagot. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Doktora.
Reyna,
okay po. So, salamat po. So, we'll be...
Simple gift.
Yes po,
Okay.
Doktora. We'll be closing our webinar this afternoon. Maraming salamat po ulit. Sana ay hindi madala ang ating very dear Doktora Nonette Flores sa mga ganitong fellowship na meron po tayo. And for that, we would like to ask Sir Joseph for our closing prayer po.
Okay, Dr. Flores, thank you very much po sa
You're
very
welcome.
important topic po.
Okay. To God be
Ayan
the
na po,
glory.
gagalingan ko na po sa susunod sumagot para manalo. Sige po, tayo po'y manalangin. Let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity that we could share our knowledge, especially regarding our health. And thank you, Lord God, for this basic truths about how we could overcome stress and anxiety. Tunay, Panginoon, na una, kayo talaga ang aming the best stress reliever. Pero kayo rin po ang nagbigay sa amin ngayon ng karunungan upang ito nga pong mga stresses na ito sa aming buhay ay amin nga pong maalis at maisantabi. At salamat, Panginoon Diyos, sa inyong biyaya kay Dr. Flores for giving wisdom to her and sharing it to us. We pray, Lord, that you bless her life continually, her family, her ministry. Patuloy niyo po siyang gamitin sa mga pagtuturo, sa kanyang mga pasyente. Patuloy niyong gamitin siya sa paggaling ng kanilang mga pasyente at sa kanilang patuloy na ministry ng pag-share ng inyong mga salita. Salamat po at pagpalain niyo rin po ang bawat isa pong nakinig. Nawa ang aming mga natutunan, do yung ilan ay common na pero hindi naman namin nagagawa. Nawa ay patuloy itong paalaala sa amin na, hoy, gising, gawin niyo na ito para din sa aming benefit, Panginoon. Salamat po. We give you all the glory and praise. Thank you for this wonderful invitation ng Lydians sa amin ng mga married men And thank you to all the attendees. And we give you all the glory and praise and thanksgiving in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. God bless you po.
Amen po. Salamat po.
Bye.
Before we leave po,
Thank you po.
kindly kami na po,
Thank you
everyone.
po.
Take
Bye-bye
care
po.
po.
Thank you.
God
Picture
bless
muna
you,
po tayo.
Doktora. Oh,
Picture
picture na.
muna
Picture na.
tayo.
Camera on,
Picture.
camera on, camera on, camera on.
Doon sa
Good night.